We just got some new video taken from inside the supermarket as French police laid siege upon it and took out the gunman, Amadei Coulibaly. Here it is. You can see the police going into the kosher supermarket, firing their guns.
Après quelques secondes, on aperçoit clairement le terroriste se jeter sur l'arme à la main.
But that appears to be the gunman, Amadei Coulibaly, as police shot him after he had, by his own words in an interview with a French television station, he had, and there are the hostages running out, having been freed after the French police took out this terrorist. Let's roll it one more time. This is truly astounding video.
Tente de pénétrer dans le
This is the
magasin.
kosher supermarket earlier today.
Le
Amadei
preneur d'otage ouvre le feu.
a terrorist
Les
who
forces
had
de
said
l'ordre
he had
ripostent
killed
abondamment.
4 hostages already, is inside
Après quelques
the
secondes,
supermarket. French police
on
take him out. That is
aperçoit
him there.
clairement le
You'll see him
terroriste
there. We're going to stop
se
the video
jeter sur
there.
l'arme à la main.
He is
Il
killed.
est abattu.
And then the French police go inside and take out the hostages. They are,
Les forces de l'ordre
obviously
investissent
4 were
le
killed, but there are a
supermarché.
number who did make it out, and you can see them on the left side of your
Les
screen.
otages se précipitent à l'extérieur.
Obviously a
criant.
trauma that most of us can't even imagine.
Parle pas, faut laisser.
Let's go to our guests now, CNN terror analyst Paul Cruikshank and David Gartenstein-Ross. Thank you so much for being with us, gentlemen. It appears AQAP is claiming responsibility. That seems very significant, Paul.
Well, it is very significant. CNN has not authenticated this yet. The U.S. government, U.S. intelligence community has not authenticated this yet. So I think we have to be a little bit cautious still. But it does appear that an operative with Al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula is claiming responsibility for this. This is after we learned that one of the brothers trained with the group in Yemen in 2011. And from what we know about Al-Qaeda in Yemen, you wouldn't be allowed to train with a group unless you took an oath of loyalty to the leader and you actually formally joined the terrorist organization. So I think for some time today, there's been the thought that they had some ownership over this. They're now saying they directed this plot.
And David, I do want to ask you how you think this entire episode will impact propaganda and recruitment. Obviously, that's been a big fear in Europe, in the United States, the ability of these groups, ISIS, AQAP, to radicalize and recruit normally, what would be normally, one hopes, peaceful citizens.
I think it'll have a significant impact. It'll have an impact in a few ways. One is it'll have an impact because it's another incident in the context of a chain of attacks, which shows what the power of attacks can be, just how it can captivate a nation. This was an urban warfare-style attack, which was spread out over a number of days. Secondly, targeting of media specifically, people who are deemed as offensive to the Islamic faith. I think we will unfortunately see that replicated. I think there are likely to be other attacks on media. And a third way it's going to impact it is there's been this competition between Al-Qaeda and the Islamic State for control over the global jihadi movement. And I think that this is definitely going to be factor heavily in the propaganda war between the two.
Among the dead in Paris was the newspaper's editor and one of its leading cartoonists, Stéphane Charbonnier. Also killed were cartoonists Jean Cabou, Georges Walensky, and Bernard Verlac. The newspaper has already experienced Islamist violence, firebombed in 2011 after it published a satirical issue they said guest-edited by the Prophet Muhammad. A year later, the editor, Stéphane Charbonnier, spoke to the French newspaper Le Monde. In a quote now destined to be remembered, he said, "It may sound pompous, but I'd rather die standing than live on my knees."
James Shudo, CNN, Washington.